everybody, this is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer, and welcome to a new gameplay video. Today I am playing a new game. It's currently being kickstarted when I'm recording this video. It's called the Ferryman, and it's a solo post-apocalyptic adventure. Think Mad Max, but you're the guy driving the bus trying to get all of your passengers out of the wasteland and to safety. But before you can make that run, you're going to have to do some missions to get some gas and armor plating and things like that. So I'm not going to be able to play the full game because I think this game can really last quite a while. It's almost like a campaign. You can put it away and come back to it when you want to play again. But when the game starts, let me go ahead and get my dice here. I'm going to start out with 2d6 rations. 10, all right? I'll be writing in pen. I've got 10 rations, 2d6 ammo, 7 ammo, 50 first aid. That would be a 5. Chips, 6. 75 gasoline. And 50 armor plating, and that's the maximum you can have, 50. It says you may choose. You can also choose a companion rolled randomly at no cost. So let's go get us a companion. Remember, companions are what you're going to try to get to safety, but they also can give you benefits. So I'm rolling 2d6 for this as well, and I rolled a 7, which is House, H-A-U-S. House has, he costs 25, but I get him for free. You've got to have an iron stomach to do what I was trained for. Special, everyone in your party heals an additional +1 hit point when taking a rest action. Okay, excellent. So he gets +1 HP per, everyone, per passenger when resting. All right, so over here to the right, you're going to see a map. This is a 7x7 grid. You start in the town of Sprocket. This is sort of like a safe zone where you can go and buy stuff and trade and recruit. But you're going to be traveling around looking for or doing missions. And there are certain places you can't go. Like this is impassable. This is impassable. Some of these things have stars on them. I'm not sure quite what that means. That's interesting. I have read the rules, trust me. I'm just trying to remember what that was. If it's uncharted, okay. Yeah, I'll have to figure that out. The game has a lot of charts and tables in it. And when I say a lot, not too many. The total rule book is only about 15 pages. So the rules are not super complex, but the tables, there are quite a few tables. And this is how you start the game. You will start your adventure in Sprocket. First time, you pick a mission. So let's go roll a mission. And the missions table begins on page 9, and it is also a 2d6. That's a 7. Man, I'm rolling 7s a lot. Hopeful Panacea. You cautiously navigate through a crowd of sick people waiting to see the doctor. Inside the medical barrack, the concerned doctor admits to trying every herb and concoction without success. However, they remember a special flower with a pink blister-like appearance that could hold the key to a cure. If you can find it and bring it back, there might be hope for the sick. Unfortunately, this flower withers quickly after being plucked. Objective: go to the flower's location, which is a star. Okay, so that's what those are. Collect the flower. As soon as you pluck the flower from its stem, you can see it start to wither. Return to Sprocket within 5 turns or the mission fails. Gain 2 extra turns if House is in your party. How lucky was that? So I get 7 turns. If you fail, Sprocket will be closed for 2d6 turns. When you return to Sprocket, you gain 30 chips and the keyword Lifesaver. Remember, I said this is kind of like a campaign. So there's keywords you're going to write in here in your notes section, and they may affect later missions. And also the 30 chips, those are things you can do to cash in for supplies. All right, so we start at Sprocket, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark my, my vehicle with a green dye. Right here. Now on your turn, the order of operations for this game is pretty straightforward, not real complicated. On your turn, you can either travel to an orthogonal, not diagonal, location and then explore it, or you can camp. Camping is when you will recover. Your party will rest and heal. You can do repairs, and you can hunt for food. You can also roll 1d6 to determine the amount of rations you could gain by spending an equal amount of ammo. Okay, so you spend ammo to get food. And also you can scout. Choose an uncharted zone adjacent to yours, and you can roll to reveal its terrain before you travel to it. So we're here. I'm not going to do a camp. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a travel. Let's go right here because there's a star here. We might be able to get to this mission pretty quickly. We are going to move here. And it says when you move, you roll on the terrain table. So let me go roll on the terrain table and roll 2d6. Or no, you roll a d6, excuse me. I rolled a 6, which is impassable. So I'm just going to write, I'm going to draw one of these pits and write impassable. So I got to go around. Now when you travel, you spend fuel, but since I didn't travel, I'm assuming it says, yeah, it cannot be entered. So we're going to have to go a different direction. Now let me go south because there's a star right here. Let me travel to this one. So I'm going to, oh no, hold on. So I just did what's called a, travel. Spend gasoline as required, then roll on the travel events. Well, I can't roll on the travel events because I didn't travel there. So we'll do this one. Let's go south. What happens if you get impassable on all of them? That'd be interesting. It could be possible. I rolled a 2. 2 is barren. Okay, so dust whips across the vast nothingness, choking red, crusted earth. All right, so there's just dunes, 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 and it says spend 1d6 gas. 1, okay, so I'm down to 74. I should probably track gas with a 2d10, so I'm down to 74. And since I'm there, now I can do what's called the Explore option. The Explorers, after you do the terrain event, spend gasoline and resolve. Then roll on the travel events. Okay, so hold on. I got to do a travel event. That's a D6 as well. That went under the table, and I rolled a 6. While driving through a graveyard of burnout vehicles, you come to a frightening realization that you've entered a treacherous minefield. Choose one. You can backtrack or take your chances. If you backtrack, you spend 1d6 gasoline. If you resolve, you do step B, roll 1d6. On a 1 to 3, the bus triggers a mine, and all your passengers take wounds. Or 4 to 6, you successfully navigate. Well, I don't really have a choice. Let's try. I don't want to roll a 1 to 3. I rolled a 4. You successfully navigate through the minefield. And all right, so resolve. Stay in your current zone, roll 1d6. But it doesn't tell me that I spent any gasoline. So I already did that to get here. Never mind. All right, so I'm here, and now I could do the explore. Roll on the exploration table to investigate a point of interest. Then mark the square with an X to indicate it's been looted. So let's go to the exploration table, which is, where is that? Here it is on page 11. It is a roll D6-6. So if you're not familiar with this, a D6-6 means one of them has to be the primary. In this case, it'll be green, and you take the actual base value. So this would be 2, 5, that would be 2, 2. So let's roll it. That is a 3, 4. 3, 4 is, that means there's like 36 possibilities here. 3, 4. While searching a ruin, so there is a ruin here. While searching the ruin, you were taken by surprise when a band of starving survivors emerged from elaborate hiding places and start begging for food. You can give them food or you can refuse. You know what? Food, I've got 10. And it looks like if I resolve it, I'm going to spend 1d6. I'm going to give them food. I'm going to spend 1d6. Ooh, I'm down to 5 rations. All right, and then roll a d6. I rolled a 6. They kneel before you, thanking you for your kindness. Then a little girl with a callous, oversized eye approaches you mischievously. With a playful gesture, she gives you 1d6 ammo. I'll take it, 13. All right, that was the event. Now, going back after the Explore event, there is the threat phase. Resolve any active roaming threats on the map. There were no roaming threats here. So that is the threat phase, and then we start over again. Now the threat level currently is 1. While playing, your decisions may increase. You can use 1d6 to track the threat level and reference the table below. So I think you start out at level 1. All right, so now what we got to do is we got to travel. That means I need to go to this star, and we go back and we roll on the terrain, and I'm just hoping it's not going to be impassable. It's not. 5 is dunes. Dunes are big dunes. And it says, a treacherous course fraught with broken remnants lies ahead. It is a path that demands caution and skill. Roll 2d6. Assign 1 die to represent the amount of gasoline and the other armor plating. Well, it doesn't much matter. All right, so gasoline, I spent 4, so I'm down to 70. And armor plating, I'm down to 46. I should probably get some D10s for that as well. But okay, so that was the terrain table. Now we go to the travel event. Roll 2d6. Or roll d6, excuse me. Excuse me. A 6. The graveyard again. So this must just be a graveyard of cars. I'm going to push through. We roll d6, and I don't want to roll a 1 to 3. I rolled a 2. So the buzz triggers a mine, causing 3d6 armor plating. 8, 9, 10. So I'm down to 36 armor plating. And you get 1d6 wounds. Now, here's the thing about wounds. The people on board, the passengers, you can have up to 18 of them. They're survivors. They have 1 HP and can be ferried to Sprocket in exchange for trip. Companions have 3 hit points, special abilities, and are permanently removed if they die. If you pick up a companion already, if in your party, or if they've died, roll again. So here's the problem. House has 3, and I just rolled... What did I roll? I rolled a d6 for wounds, which I think I rolled a 3. I did. So House dies. That is not good. He is dead. All right. So the good news is I got the flower, because remember, I got to a star. That was my mission, which was... let me get to the missions. It was I don't remember what I rolled for the mission. Was it a 3-4, 4-3, something like that? 3-4. No, that is a exploration. The missions are what I need to look for. The mission was Hopeful Panacea. Yeah. So I'm at the flower's location. Collect it. As soon as you pluck the flower, you can see it. Return to Sprocket within 5 turns. All right, so we'll do a countdown here. So I'm here. I got it 5. Gain 2 extra turns if House is in your party. The problem is, in order to avoid the landmines again, I have to go all the way around. So I really can't. So I'm going to move into the minefields again, and I'm just going to take it. I mean, let's see. Travel events while driving through. Okay, so I have... Oh, yeah, and I put an X here to indicate that I have looted the dunes. Is that right? Did I roll a terrain event? A travel event? I did. I did the gasoline, and then I didn't do an explore. That's what I didn't do. So let's do the explore. Exploration. 3-2 is... As your group searches through a twisted heap of debris, the ground suddenly gives way and swallows you whole. After brushing off the dust, you find yourself surrounded by a gruesome scene of cannibalism in a collapsed bunker. Scavenge the bunker for supplies. If Haggis is in your party, resolve 5 or 6. Otherwise, roll a d6. All right, roll a d6. That was my counter. I rolled a 3. 3 is a frenzied man, a man-like entity, springs up from a cavity in the wall, wielding a bone shard as he attacks your party before swiftly retreating back into a hole. Suffer 1d6 wounds. I have no passengers, so I think I'm done. And it's not like I have... I don't have health. I'm just the driver. Okay, so that's good. And now it is a new turn. There are no roaming threats to deal with. See page 4, which I did. Roaming threats. Refer to the compass to randomly determine. Okay, zones. When you enter zone, go to the train table. I did the exploration, marked it with an X. Sandstorms can randomly appear. Okay, when a roaming threat emerges. So I haven't had a roaming threat yet. All right, so I will move here, and I just did that. The minefield exploded and killed house. So now I will move into Sprocket. And by the way, when it exploded, I also lost some gasoline because it said, let's see. The cause and 1d6 wounds. So I don't have to do gas. Well, that's good. When driving through the graveyard, backtrack. Spend. Oh, I am backtracking. So, but if I backtrack, does the event happen again? You come across. You've entered a choose one. I think the option here is backtrack. I was here, so if I backtrack, do I get to avoid the mines? That's the question. That would be a question I would pose to the game's creators, and I will. I will find out. By the way, full disclosure here, they provided me with a PDF of the rulebook and some maps. There's more than one map. They're all randomized, so you can, and I just picked one at random. So I did get this. My review of the game or my playing of the game, I try to be unbiased, but they did give it to me for free. It didn't cost me anything. Take that as you will. That is a good question. I'll play it the worst way. A lot of games I tend to play, if you're unsure, take the worst case scenario. So the worst case scenario is house died, I backtracked, but now I'm back to Sprocket. So since I did the mission, which was Hopeful Panacea, gained 30 chips, so now I have 36 chips, and the keyword Lifesaver. So I will write Lifesaver here for my campaign. Since I'm back in Sprocket, when you're in the city or the town or whatever it is, you can do stuff. You may take, it says they will be, all right, upon arrival, gain 1d6 chips for each passenger ferried to Sprocket. I didn't have any passengers. Then you may take any of the following. Rest. Each companion heals 1 hit point. Well, he died. Repair. 1d6 action points or spend X chips to gain X AP. So gain 1. I'll just roll. I got 3 action armor plating. So I'm up to 39. Or spend chips to gain it. It says do one or the other. Scout. Choose any uncharted zone. Roll to reveal its terrain and then mark it. Let's go to the north. Let's roll to see what that is. 5, dunes. So it will cost me 2d6 to travel that. It says you may recruit a companion from the companion town and pay the required chips. Well, chips I have 36. Do you roll for it? Recruit a companion and pay. Okay, so it doesn't say you have to roll, so I could go find a companion. The cheapest one, do not roll for armor-plated damage when traveling into rugged territory. I can't do house again. Nox, as long as I'm grinning, these wheels get roll 2d6 when taking a repair action and choose one. Okay, Skeet, gain 1d6 supplies if you're choosing upon arrival to a colony. However, you must roll d6 on 1 2 Skeet is apprehended. Look, gain 1d6 effigies. I don't know. I think I'll buy Heskel, and he cost me 15, so I'm down to 21. And do not roll armor-plated damage when traveling into rugged terrain. Rugged terrain is that one of the types? Barren, rugged, dunes, and impassable. So this is dunes. This was dunes. So rugged is a type. When I do that, I don't take armor-plated damage. That's good to know. So no AP damage in rugged dunes. Okay, let's take a mission. Let's see what we can do here in the time I have left on the video. I try to keep these under 30 minutes, so I wanted to just give you an idea of how the game plays. Let's roll for a mission, which is a D12. No, 2D6, you add them. That's a 5. Tell me a story. As you glance around, you spot a child crawling into a large tire with tears streaming down their face. Without hesitation, you lower yourself to their level and comfort them. After some time, their sobs subside and they turn to you with hopeful eyes, requesting a tale to be shared. Objective: tell the child a story. A rare smile graces their face as you hand them a small trinket for them to play with. As you depart, a woman rushes past you and embraces the child, relieved to have found them. I thought I lost you. You were the light of my world. A bystander who has been secretly watching over the child stops and thanks you for your kindness, rewarding you with 25 chips. So I'm back up to 46 chips now. So that was a mission. Interesting. I got chips, so I think you re-roll missions. I don't think you do missions again. I will choose or roll on the missions. You can take up to 2 missions. Completed missions cannot be taken again. Upon leaving Sprocket, you will be committed to a mission. You can abandon a mission, but this will increase the threat level by 2. Okay, so my threat level is currently 1. So let's go get another mission. That's a 12. 12 on the missions. Where's the missions? Come on. 12. Man's best friend. The guard's radio crackles with the sound of gunshots, indicating that a nearby outpost is under attack. The outpost urgently calls for reinforcements. You radio back and offer help for a small fee, of course. Objective: go to the outpost star. So I guess any of these can be done. Upon arrival, you must fight beasts. 2d6 plus 3 wounds. After the fight, gain 30 chips and 2d6 ammo and gasoline. So before I go, let me explain how combat works, because I really didn't get to do that here. So let's say I run into these beasts, and there are, how many did it say? It said there are, you must fight beasts. So just 2d6 plus 3 wounds. So 2d6, that's 8 plus 3, 11 wounds. Okay, so the beasts have 11 life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Doesn't say how many, but 11 damage, and that would happen. All right, so when you encounter them, it says they do 2d6 plus 3 wounds. Excuse me. So the way combat works, let me get back to this real quick. Combat. Start by rolling a d6 to determine your initial attack score. Then choose whether or not to spend ammo, effigies, or passengers to boost it. So I roll a d6. I rolled a 2. Now it says choose whether or not to spend ammo. I have 13 ammo. So then roll the enemy's attack dice, which that was the 2d6 plus 3, which I rolled 11. If you're roll the enemy's attack dice to determine their attack. If your attack score is equal or higher, you avoid damage. If lower, choose to take the difference in wounds or AP damage. The fight ends after determining the outcome of the attack rolls. If you survive, your enemies will be defeated. So it's basically just a one-roll combat. So they have 11, I have 2. I can spend ammo. If I go, but I'm not there. Remember, I would have to spend ammo and gasoline and stuff to get to one of these outposts. But let's assume I got there and I'm doing the beast. So the beast roll an 11. I rolled a 2. I can add, I just need to beat 11. So to get to 12, I need to spend 10 ammo. So I'm down to 3. I spend 10 ammo to make this 12, which means I defeat them and I take no damage. And then, of course, I go back to the mission and look at the reward, which was after the fight, gain 30 chips. So I'm up to 76 chips and 2d6 ammo and 2d6 gasoline. So that'd be 7 ammo. So I'm up to 12. 7 plus 3 is 10. And 2d6 gasoline, 8. So I would increase my gasoline. So there you go. That's how the game works. And this was not meant to be a full playthrough video. This was just meant to be a how do you play the game. This game is currently being kickstarted. At the time I'm shooting this video, it has about 27 days or so left in it. So by the time you're watching this, the Kickstarter could be almost over, or it may very well be over. The really cool thing is it's only $7 for the PDF. That's it, $7. And again, I'm not getting any reward from this other than they gave me a free PDF to try out the game. Those of you who follow my channel and know me, you know that I love solo games. I also like roll and write games, which is what this is. The rule book is very easy to understand. The tables and charts are varied enough that I have no doubt that I will have, if I spent the time, I could have this whole area mapped out. Now, of course, I do have some questions. As you saw, one of the questions is, when I go back into the minefield, do I have to roll for the mines damage again, or is that considered a backtrack and I'm safe? That would be a question I have for the games creator, and this gives them enough time to update the rules if that's really if it's not answered elsewhere in the rule book. If I missed something, it gives them a chance to address it. So, again, the game is called The Ferryman. I will put a link to the Kickstarter in the video description below. Go check it out. If you're like me and you like solo games, $7. It comes with a bunch of map variations. It also comes with a bunch of different color and ink saver variations of your tracking sheet. I could totally see this game expanded like homebrew. There's nothing to limit you to 7 by 7. You could create your own grid of 14 by 14 and really make out a huge map. Now, the missions are one of those things that it says you don't repeat them, and there's only 12 of them. So in the campaign, I think probably the game has been designed ideally for this size a grid to give you enough variation in the missions. But if the game's popular enough, who knows? Maybe they'll offer an expansion book of missions and companions and stuff like that. All right, that's all I got. This is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me on this real quick little demo playthrough of the Ferryman. I hope you like it, and I'll see you in the next video. Everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.